So, before I start the video, guys, and I know I look crazy. If Nico sees this video, Nico, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got to get myself together. I got to start looking a little better on camera. But I don't care, really, because people who have money look great. People who have money look great. And I could definitely suit up. Let's say that. But right now, today, on June the 11th, 2025, y'all, I am not. No, forget that. Because you are what you speak into the air. I'm doing amazing. I am grateful for life. I am grateful that I am alive to see another day. I am grateful that life is taking off the way it's taking off. I can't say that I am a bit nervous, but I am hopeful that things are going to get a lot better for me in the up and coming. But anyway, hold on, because I'm trying to get myself together, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, either way. So Nico brought this to my attention. The guy that played, oh gosh, I forgot what the guy's name is, but the guy that played the Indian chief on King of the Hill. Y'all know about him? So the real actor, the real voice actor for him, he was gay. And I didn't know that. I didn't know he was gay. And he actually stood in his gayness. Which, I'm so happy. That's another conversation that we can get into. But he was gay. And, yeah, he was killed, y'all. And that's what Nico talks about. I don't even know why I got Nico up here. Nico Aesthetics, I'm giving you a shout out because you were the one that actually brought this to me. This is his page. If y'all want to go follow Nico, his YouTube page is at Nico Aesthetics. And yeah, John RedCorn. So just to talk about it, we don't have to like go into any specifics of it. Wait, where am I? Let me come here. What's being seen right now? Oh, okay. Let's do this. See, I can see me. This is so bootleg. Oh my god. bootleg. Oh my god. You know what I can do though? You can bring this up. I'm gonna do it this way. But either way, okay, so while I'm getting this set up though, just talking about it, he was murdered, guys. He was murdered. Hold up. BBC News. Let's go bring up BBC News. This is the actor, guys. This is who the actor is. Very nice looking guy. I have my picture all up over him right now, so you probably can't see him. Let's bring this over. But this is the guy, y'all. That's the guy who played John RedCorn. He's actually an American Indian. We don't get on that subject of what I was talking about earlier, though, when I said he studied his gayness. He was with a trans woman. And a trans woman, for those of you who don't know, is someone who is a man who transitioned into a woman. Right? So that was the love of his life. However, just to get into the story, he was gunned down by a homophobe. Just for living his true self, and he lived in Texas. He said that the guy, well, the community, I guess people in the community, pretty much stalked him and harassed him and his betrothed. And one day, as he was going to check the mailbox, him and his betrothed were going to check the mailbox. They found the remains of their pet dog in the mailbox. And then a Hispanic guy, who I will not let his picture grace anything that I'm doing. But the Hispanic guy came up after that, berated them, and then tried to shoot the trans woman, but he pushed his betrothed out of the way. And yeah, he got shot. He took the bullet for his betrothed. The guy who shot him was Hispanic. Last name Alvarez. I'm not calling his whole name out. Not. He will not grace my page. Even a little bit. That's terrible. And it just made me believe that people really and truly don't care until it's them that's going through things. This man, like, this man raised a flag on this to everybody he was around. He had, as you guys know, King of the Hill is coming. Well, it's probably already back on, but he, during their meetup, where they had a meetup there in front of an audience and they were talking about the show, he told everyone what was going on with him, and they brushed him off. And as far as what I saw, I didn't really like see the audience kind of like shove him off as far as like it being funny or whatever. I did hear a couple of like, I guess, nervous laughs because I didn't really know if he was serious or not. But because, and the reason why I say that is because he was in his John RedCorn voice. That is kind of what threw me off. So I'm like, why are you talking to me in your John RedCorn voice? No, talk to me normal if this is serious. But either way, guys, he pretty much was gunned down in his own driveway just checking his mailbox. And it really raised a lot of red flags for me because it's just like you can be in your own minding your own business and people just come and bug you. I'm not gonna speak too much on this because I don't know like the whole, maybe something happened aside from that to make the people, I don't know. But no one deserves to be harassed. No one deserves to be murdered. And I'm raising the red flag on this. This needs to be investigated and these people need to be arrested. That's terrible. No one, how do you get murdered in your own driveway or even shot in your own driveway and it not be investigated at all? He said he even complained to the police and the police did nothing. This was in Texas. I personally have seen a few episodes. If we're going, let's go off base a little bit. I personally have seen a few episodes of King of the Hill. However, I stopped watching it after like a couple episodes because number one, I hated the show. It was always trash to me. It was always trash to me. It was always like, what is this? Because you could tell like any show like that, you can always, as a black person, feel the racial undertones. Whether you like the show, agree with the show or not, you can always feel the racist undertones of it, whether people understand it or they don't. One episode in particular was where, well, any episode where someone moves into their neighborhood, Hank Hill is automatically at these people's throats and telling them that they don't belong. Even closer than that, if you don't want to search for episodes, go and see how they portrayed the Asian person Chang in every episode. They always just, it was so stereotypical and terrible that I don't understand how so many black people watch that show, because even Nico himself said he liked the show and I'm sitting here like, dude, what? Have you not seen this show? Why would we watch that show? Why? I'm sorry, y'all. King of the Hill is just not my cup of tea. It never has been. Never has been. Never will be. And even with this right here coming out, baby, I guarantee you will never find me watching King of the Hill. Now, Family Guy on the other end of it, yes, Family Guy is no, Family Guy is not quote. Family Guy is racist. Period. They tried to undergo it being racist by saying, we're not racist. We gave our black friend a show. What happened after that, though? Either way, and this is gonna sound very hypocritical of me. Oh my gosh, y'all, please. But it's gonna sound hypocritical. Some of the stuff that they say on Family Guy, the racist stuff, is funny. Even on that Cleveland show, when they did some of the racist things that they did on that show, it was funny. And this is what, like, a lot of people don't understand. Black people in general are for free speech. We just want to know who you are, so that we know not to come around you. So that we know these are not the type of people I want around my kids. These are not the type of people that I want to grace myself with. Or maybe I need more understanding from these people to understand why they hate me. That's the way we are. We learn, you know? And a lot of the racism that happens in today's world is racism that says, oh, well, yeah, I said it, but it wasn't racist because I didn't mean it in a racist way. Or you're so stupid, you didn't understand how I meant it. It wasn't really racist. While then going over here to these people and saying, yeah, it was racist and I just don't care how he feels. Well, if you don't care how I feel, then why not say it to my face? That's the problem, y'all. That's why we can't get anywhere. Like, yeah, black people are violent. So are white people. Okay? And they're violent for a reason because they came from violent white people. When we came over here, when black people came over, you guys have to understand when black people came over here, they were treated with nothing but violence. And the type of violence that they were treated with is not something to be taken lightly. And a lot of people say, oh, get over it. We can get over it if the United States get past it. But white people don't get past it. White people do not get past it. So how are we going to get past it and y'all haven't? Oh, we've got past it. No, you haven't. You haven't. You still walk around with this blatant I'm better than you attitude. And the way you do that is the way that you approach things. On job interviews, if you have a black person coming into the job interview, you automatically give that person a side eye. You clutch your purse. Now, wait. Let me stop right there real quick. Some of it is to my understanding, to my life experience. Some of it is warranted. Some of it is warranted. And once again, this is going to sound very hypocritical. Me personally, I'm not a thief. Okay? I'm not somebody you have to hold your purse against. If you saw me in person, you would know, oh, I don't have to worry about him. He's nobody I have to worry about. In fact, growing up, white people have went so far as to call me an Oreo. Like, and you know what? Living in my full truth, the truth is, yeah, I am a softer type individual. I am a softer type guy. I don't walk around with this hard, rough demeanor like I just have to be a roughneck. Yeah, I can fight, and yes, I will fight, but no, I'm not this asshole that just has to be terrible to everyone in my waking moment. I don't do that. I don't do that. So people automatically know, hey, this is not the type of guy that we need to be threatened by. So that's why, sometimes I do question when certain things happen. It's like, okay, so what happened before that to make this event happen? Because I know personally, it doesn't happen to me. But then again, I have to rethink that and say, just because it doesn't happen to me does not mean it doesn't happen. And just because my experience is something has to happen in order for this to happen doesn't mean that that's everyone's experience. Because some people can't just literally be sitting there and some stupid crap just happens to them. It's not magic, folks. It happens. Okay, and I'm not going to question anyone's experience. It is what it is. But needless to say, the only way that racism is going to be put to an end, not even speaking on homophobia at this point, racism in general is only going to be put to an end when you can sit and have a face-to-face conversation or confrontation with the people who hate you so that they can understand. The people who I meet, especially the white people who I meet, because I do have some white friends, the people who I meet, when they meet me, they say, okay, so you're black. And I'm always you're black. Why this? Why that? You're not such a bad person. Is it my job to prove to every white person that not all black people are bad? No. But with my demeanor, do I do that? Yes. And a lot of times, it's not with anything that I say per se, it's for how I act. Because a lot of them are just happy that I make them comfortable. A lot of them are just happy that I come off softer, so that they don't have to be on guard around me and don't have to like guard certain things that they say. And I make it that way because everyone that I come across in my life, I make it that way because I want you to be your authentic self. I want you to say how you really feel so that I can have the opportunity to make that determination on if I really want to be around you or not, on if I really want to befriend you or not, on if you're my type of person that I want in my orbit or not. And I don't know if that's how everyone is, but that's how I am. I give everybody an opportunity to tell me who you are. You know? But still on this same topic, let's talk about something else. Like I said, John RedCorn lived in his truth. And thank you again, Nico Aesthetics, for even bringing this story to me. I also need to talk about something else. There is another person who talked about something else. There was a conversation that happened between Nene Leakes and a trans woman named T.S. Madison. This story directly correlates to that story because, in my view, it is pretty much the same thing. It's kind of like the same thing. The reason why I say it's the same thing is because John RedCorn lived in his truth. John RedCorn said, I am a gay man. This is my trans woman partner. Loved him for that. T.S. Madison doesn't do that. And during this interview, she didn't do that. She didn't do that at all. And that's kind of what ticks me off with black people like her. White people and a lot of other races who are of the LGBTQ persuasion, they live directly in their truth and they don't give a fuck how you think or care. And I love that about them. And that seems to be like the standard amongst a lot of other people other than black people, because we as black people have been so programmed that you can't be who you are. You have to adapt to whatever society is. And to be honest with you, I'm just not the type. I'm not. I've never been the type to just adapt. Unless it's for a job, then I'll adapt. Unless if it's making money, yeah. Okay, I'll adapt then. But anyway, my point here, so we all saw John RedCorn, and I keep calling him John RedCorn, that's not his name, but go look the story up, you'll find out his real name. John RedCorn lived in his truth. He says, yes, I'm a gay man and I'm with a trans woman. T.S. Madison during this interview said she's not. She said she said she doesn't date gay men. That's something that I want to address because I find it disgusting. Nene Leakes during this interview asked, so what do we consider men that date you? She said, well, I don't date or attract gay men. And I call her she, but this is still a trans woman. T.S. Madison is a trans woman. She said, I don't attract or date gay men. And she said it in such a way to me that made it look like she was just so much better and above the rest of the community. And I don't like that. I find that deplorable because you are a part of the community just like us. It made me feel like if she was to some kind of way become a real woman, she would further distance herself away from the community. And the comments that she made to me distance herself from the community, because when gay people say, oh, well, I'm with someone straight, but they're the same sex. So what's the correlation there, sweetie? We in the gay community need to stop doing that. Stop thinking that just because you attract straight men, that it somehow makes you better than the next gay person. That's a terrible notion. And a disgusting one at that. Because nothing you do is going to make you special. Nothing you do is going to make you better. Okay? We all can be better. We all have our quirks. Okay? But y'all, being straight attracted is not a flex. These people don't care about you. Do you not understand that it's straight people who are killing trans women when they find out that you're trans? And she comes back, oh, well, they know I'm trans. No, sweetie. No, sweetie. If they know you're trans, then they're not straight. And I don't care what the consensus is. Y'all try to create this consensus to try to create such differentiation. He's gay. Okay? And as a gay, let's be honest, as a gay man, I'm going to say that he is gay. And you need to stop doing that. Stop differentiating yourself. Sit in it and all of its shades. And if you can't, then get the hell out of it. And I don't care how that make people feel. Funky Dineva said something different. As you guys know, I am a fan of Funky Dineva. I think he kind of tried to explain it in a different way, but I'm not. And even if that puts me at odds with him on this issue, I stand with the community in this issue in saying that straight attraction does not make you better, and it is not a flex. What the hell are you sitting there as a trans woman pushing up people who hate you? Like, you know how dumb that sounds? People who in public eye would call you the lowest of the low, you sit in public interviews and say, oh, I attract them. Sweetie, what? Get your life. That was so, it was just, and I mentioned him, but Funky Dineva was the one that kind of brought this. I saw it, but I didn't say anything. I didn't add anything to it because I didn't think anybody else was going to say anything about it, but Funky Dineva did, and it was just like, it left a terrible taste in my mouth because I'm just like, why? Do you know what that's doing to the gay people you sit around every day? And to that same sentiment, how you make them feel while talking about how Kaya downs the community. Sweetie, you do it too. One of the reasons why I stopped watching T.S. Madison, which I'm not going to say that I'm not still a fan, do how you want to do it, was because she had a show, and she said on that show, oh, well, I don't even sit with the gays normally. They sit over there. What? I'm a woman. And she touted it as a joke. And then on one of her lives, she stated, oh, well, I don't care how y'all took that. It was words, and you can't take words, blah, 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 blah. She said, I give it to gay people. I give it to the gays just like I give it to women, just like I give it to kids, just like I give it to everybody. Ma'am, I get that. But I'm going to take my seat over here. I am. I'm going to take my seat over here because I understand your sense of wanting to be normal. I understand your sense of wanting to be fish because that's what you're seen as. I understand your sense of just wanting peace. I get that. But why does your peace have to come off as a kick down to these people over here? The people you started with. I think she's hilarious. I've always thought she was hilarious. I thought she was hilarious with Kaya. However, that all ended when it felt like I was no longer her audience. Yeah, and it hurt because as somebody who looked up to T.S. Madison, it was just like, dang, like, just like that. And your only response was, fuck y'all, if y'all took my words out of context. Like, okay. But no, my thoughts and my thoughts on it is, if you are a trans woman, okay, and a man dates you, that man is gay. Especially if he knows you're a trans. No, let's go back. If he knows you're a trans woman, he is gay. Okay? The minute he finds out that you have a dick, he is gay. And what I need people in my community gay men also to stop doing is trying to attract straight men and thinking that that is a flex. Oh, well, my man masculine. He ain't like y'all. Sweetie, you're feminine though. Oh, no, I'm not feminine. I'm ass. That little lisp in your voice says different. Or the girls, the trans women. Oh, well, I look feminine. I look like a girl, so I'm different from the rest of y'all because I pass. I can pass. You pass for what, sweetie? Something that straight people gonna see? And you know if they find out, they gonna ridicule you. So you mean tell me you just gonna sit over there for as long as you can, just the mere, presence of being able to sit on the normal side of things until they figure out who you are is just that appealing to you? Because you think that either way, you've become so comfortable with this community that no matter what, you can still come back and sit over here with us anytime you want to? It's not cool. Cut it out. Now, however I get drugged for this, it is what it is. I just feel how I feel. And I feel like if we're going to become a actual community of people who stick together, then we need to get rid of all of these caveats. We need to get rid of all of these I'm better because. Yeah, be different, but let's stop with this I'm better because. Let's stop with this, oh, well, you feminine, so you down there, I'm up here. Let's stop that. This femme stuff, all this bottom shaming, all that. Y'all, let's stop it. The way that you should have answered that question, T.S. Madison, is to be, well, actually, no, because some of those men actually pay you. So I'm going to keep that to myself. But the way, if I wasn't making no money off them, if they wasn't paying me, girl, I would have said, they gay. And they know. I don't know if they gay. No, actually, I wouldn't say they gay. I would say they bisexual because they still like women. So, yeah, T.S. Madison, I would have said they bisexual. I wouldn't have said, no, oh, they straight. Girl, they not straight. Especially after they find out they not straight. Cut it out. But anyway, y'all have been about 27 minutes. I'm going to stay streaming, but I'm about to post this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Even if it's negative about me, it is what it is. I know I'm probably going to get read about this because they got, T.S. Madison and the gays. I'm gay, by the way. They got to attack anybody they feel attacked by. And I'm not in no way trying to attack anybody. Okay? I just feel like if y'all are so for the community, then you need to stand with the community in all shades of it. And stop thinking that, oh, well, I'm better because. Be different. But let's be together, y'all. That's it. Anyway, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back with more content.